Last November, they fought for the 2022 USL League One title. This year, they'll battle for a vital 3 points in the pursuit of the playoffs. It's round 3 of 2023 between the Chattanooga Red Wolves and the South Georgia Tormenta. Jack Edwards here with you. Delighted to bring you this one between the Red Wolves and Tormenta. These two teams could use 3 points. Let's look at the standings entering into today. In 7th place, 5 points off the playoff line where forward Madison sit are South Georgia Tormenta. And in 11th place, if they want to make a late playoff push, 3 points has to start here today for Chattanooga. Both of them coming off of games where they did not win in the midweek, looking to flip it going forward. For the hosts, Siobhan Marsh been an absolutely key performer for them, scored in 3 consecutive matches and one of your players to watch entering into today. A forward for them, 29 years of age from Kingston, Jamaica. He's been key all throughout the season. He'll be the man to watch in terms of the goals. On the flip side, the goals will also come likely from Keziah Sterling. Braces in back-to-back games, kind of an odd one against Northern Colorado, scoring once from the penalty spot, once on a rebound from a penalty, and he missed a further third penalty. So we had ample opportunity from the spot, ample opportunities to get some tape on him from that position. He's up to 11 goals on the season. That's good for 3rd in USL League One. A pair of great goal scorers between these two sides should be a good one from CHI Memorial Stadium. The 3rd time they'll face off in 2023. Fascinated to see where the 3 points will head here today. We got kickoffs and lineup on the other side. Some interesting tweaks for both teams. We'll see where they head moving forward. On the other side of this break on ESPN+.
It's here, Ford Truck Month. Come and get the best deals on Ford F-150. The only truck to offer available Pro Power onboard and an interior work surface so you can get it all done. All part of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck 46 years straight and counting. Get 2.9 for 60 plus up to $2,500 with eligible trade-in. Learn more about pickup and delivery and remote service at your local Ford dealer.
The future is in these foothills. The world's fastest internet from EPB is in homes from Hickson to Highland Park. In classrooms from East Lake to East Brainerd. And in reach of those striving to learn more, be more, achieve more. The future is here with fiber optic speeds up to 25 gig.
There's a beat in all of us. It drives us, it inspires us, and it pushes us through. It is there in preparation, it is there in battle, it is there in defeat, and success. It's the engine, it's our guide. And this beat is my own. This beat is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water, hydration for athletes.
Welcome back to CHI Memorial Stadium. Going to be a good one between the Chattanooga Red Wolves and the South Georgia Tormenta. Shirts worn by the Walkout Kids tonight, brought to you by Brainerd Baptist School, expanding minds and preparing hearts. It's the 3rd time these teams meet this season. Let's show you the last time they met on July 15th. This was a thrilling one. 6 goals combined. We'll see the penalty here. Siobhan Marsh is going to win it. He's going to convert it against TJ Bush. That makes things 1-1. Then Sterling's brought down. That's actually going to send off Carlos Aviles. A different keeper has to come on. Penalty is a smash. It's 2-1. It becomes 2-2. The shorthanded Red Wolves pulling that one back to equalize. Marsh with a brace. 1 of 2 he would have in consecutive matches. Mukwele Akale puts that one away in the bottom corner, makes it 3-2. A bit of a dance after that one to celebrate taking the lead against the shorthand opponents. Akale wins another penalty. That's in the 93rd minute. He'll put that one away. A pair of penalties in the last meeting. That one back in South Georgia. We'll see if they can flip the script here today. This time round, today's starting 11 is brought to you by the Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, the official sports medical group of the Chattanooga Red Wolves, because life happens in motion. Here is Scott McKenzie's 11. A pair of changes from a 1-2 defeat against Greenville on the road on Wednesday. Mario Slomas comes in. He comes out of the game, I should say. Walefi, left mid, making his 100th appearance in club history, the most in the history of the club. Richard Renteria, he's out as well. Riley Kraft in. An interesting back four. We'll see how they shape up, but that's the 11 put out by interim head coach Scott McKenzie. The visitors from Tormenta, they also make 2 changes from a midweek game. They had a 2-2 draw for Ian Cameron. Felt like 2 dropped points after a late equalizer from the Hailstorm. Jackson Curry and Kingsford Ajay, both in the 11. They'll try and support Keziah Sterling in the attack, who as an individual has 11 goals, good for 3rd in USL League One. Was key last season, scored a penalty when these teams met in the title matchup all the way back on November 6, 2022. That was a 2-1 victory. He opened the scoring with a 35th minute penalty. There was an equalizer moments later from Alex Tejera late in first half stoppage time, and then Jamil Roberts putting his name in history with the winning goal in the 82nd minute and gave the Tormenta the 2022 league title. And we mentioned it in the open, both these teams on the outside looking in the playoff picture. No defending champion in League One history has ever failed to make the playoffs the following season. And Tormenta hoping to avoid setting some history there. You can see them in their blue kits with the pink shoulders. TJ Bush getting another start in goal for them. The number 0 making his 14th appearance of 2023. They had a 4-2 win over Forward Madison last weekend, a draw against Northern Colorado. Mentioned that in the eyes of Ian Cameron, felt like it was 2 dropped points rather than a point gained against a very strong Hailstorm side. They held a 2-1 lead for much of the match. And a man who doesn't miss many penalties, Keziah Sterling, missed the first one he took, scored the rebound, missed the third, and that was an important one to miss as they ended it with a 2-all draw. The light gray kits are the hosts from Chattanooga. Been an up and down 2023 season, trying to get us going. The referee signals a start, and from right to left, the hosts will get us underway. An early lofted ball forward, Nick Ikoto heads it away. We'll have to watch out how this back line begins to progress. Keel Williams will slide that back to Aviles. Flicked forward, controlled down by Riley Kraft. He's moving forward, left wing. Felipe into the box. Nembar got ahead to it. That'll be an early corner kick from the far side. Our head referee, Gloria Resendez Martinez, signaling that one from the far side. Riley Kraft and Johnny Felipe will have an interesting dynamic on that left-hand side. They're both moving over to the right side to take this one. Kingsford Ajay, the short option to try and defend. In only one match this season has Chattanooga taken the lead first. They won that game. An opportunity here in the 2nd minute. Felipe. Foul committed in the box. Will rule anything out and allow Tormenta the chance to take one from right around their own 6-yard box. 31 points on the year for Tormenta. Trying to chase down a playoff spot. Would have been a massive 3 points if they were able to see things out against Northern Colorado. Would have been within a game of both Forward Madison and the Greenville Triumph, who both sit on 36 points. In the bottom playoff teams as things stand, but 5 points away with the game in hand. Points vital at this stage of the season. That one hits the back of Kingsford Ajay, goes out of play on the far side. Nicholas Cardona. Allow it to go forward. Aviles. Jackson Curry with some early pressure as they shift the ball from right to left. The back heel by Mensah is just off. Otieno gets a foot in. It's fired forward, but just too strong for Rupapa Mensah. There's a thumbs up. Liked the idea on the pass, but overcooked it a little bit. It's going to be an interesting matchup for these two sides. For Chattanooga, a negative stat. Most goals conceded in the league, 45 of them. So that's intercepted. Craftily done by Kraft. Heckenberg turns upfield. A foul in the middle of the park will allow a bit of respite. Johnny Felipe, the man committing the foul against his opposite number. But 45 goals conceded for Chattanooga, good for most in league history, on track to be the most goals conceded in one season in league history. While Tormenta, they lead the league in goals scored with 43. So a team that scores a lot, a team that concedes a lot, naturally seems to head in one direction. We'll see where things go from here. Mensah pressing Bush. He'll go direct. Nodded back to the keeper, Ovilus. Pass intercepted by Kingsford Ajay, working his way infield, checking it back, but under the bit of pressure from Wolifi, will earn his side, the free kick. Clipped forward by Deshaun Nembard. Khoury, clever first touch. Goes down under the pressure from his opponents. Nothing given. Gets back to his feet quickly, fighting for it again. He goes down a second time. And for a second time, the referee gives nothing. Mensah, a heavy first touch. Has it taken off of him by a combination of Otieno and Heckenberg. Otieno goes down, and that one will be a foul. Omar Gomez, 22-year-old midfielder, dinged for that one. Let's check that one out again. Just bounce around in the middle of the park. Otieno passes it away. Gomez left a foot in. Judged to have fouled his opponent. Referee may want Fonseca to take it from a deeper position, but an opportunity here in the 5th minute for some direct free kick opportunities for Tormenta. Six players in and around the edge of the box. Passed short. I think he might have been trying to pick out Preston Kilwine, but I think there's a bit of confusion over who that was intended for by Fonseca. And it allowed Carlos Ovilus to easily collect under no pressure. Wolifi offers a short option. Williams. Wolifi again, making his 100th appearance. You see the records in the top left of your screen. He'll go direct, trying to pick out an option going forward. Nodded back to his keeper. In the area was Pedro Hernandez. And I am Jack Edwards. Really delighted to be with you for this one. Pair of teams with a lot of history in this league. An up and down season so far. Injuries, managerial changes, spelling the storylines for both of them. For Chattanooga, third manager of the season as they go forward. Aaron Lombardi. Slide it back to Ovilus. Scott McKenzie is currently the man heading things up as the interim. As Wolifi goes again for the direct option. Aiming for Hernandez. Forces Mason to track back towards his own goal. Hernandez trying to put a foot in with the ball back. Caught a lot of the man. Commits a free kick. Check out the new 2023 Chattanooga Red Wolves kit along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and much more at ChattanoogaRedWolves-SC.com. Towering header, nodded forward. Hernandez, some close control. Heckenberg gets there first. Otieno, was he fouled from behind? Referee says no, he was not. Allows Chattanooga to switch play to the left-hand side. Just too strong for Kraft. Won't be able to rope that one in. Maybe asking if that one would have been played to his feet as Jackson Khoury can slide it to Otieno. Quick switch of play. Nodded towards Sterling by Ajay. Trying to back heel. Fighting for it, but it's well defended. Seen out. See the defending by 32-year-old defender. Looks like he was the last one to touch it, though. Players lining up here for a corner kick. Opportunity for Tormenta again with the set piece. The last one, Fonseca, poorly taken free kick into the box. This one looks to be Kingsford Ajay on the far side, readying this one. You can see both Preston Kilwine and Deshaun Nembard, the center backs, roaming forward, offering some size in the area. Ajay to deliver. Goes short, picks out Khoury. Leaves it for Fonseca. It bounced awkwardly in front of him, and his shot goes out of the stadium. Clever move, going short to Curry, and picking out a decent option in Fonseca. Nothing came from it in the end. Walefi to Williams. Slid forward. Out wide to the right-hand side. Hooked in, over everybody. The header by Kraft over the goal. A decent look, though, from the far post. Decent cross in the box, and it's nodded over. We'll check it out again. Hernandez from the far side had options in the area, was lofted in, headed over the goal. Decent opportunity for Riley Kraft, but just couldn't put it on frame. See Kraft in the area for that one as Otieno takes it out of the sky. His pass too strong, brought down. Knocked out of play. You can see Ian Cameron, head man, joined in 2020 for Tormenta. Hoping that his side can pick up some more points, continue their pressure on the playoff spots above them. Not a ton they have in their control, can only just hope for dropped points and earned points themselves. Akoto gets ahead to it, nods it away for the pass directed towards Kraft. Interim head coach Scott McKenzie, in his 6th game, all here in the month of August. Been a busy month for him since coming in. Here's Mensah, Rapapa Mensah. Marsh, first time saying his name on the broadcast. A shot blocked away by Felipe. Curry, dangerous touches. It was intercepted, sits up. Mensah drags his shot wide of goal. Appeals that it touched an opponent. Fall on deaf ears. We'll now assess the tackle that led to it before. Referee going to give a moment for recovery. Mensah with thumbs up, trying to make a goal number 7 on the year for the number 20. Check it out again. See this challenge, and just the collision on the edge of the box, outside the box, leaping for the header. Doing better and moving forward. High five with Otieno. Walefi dos Reis working his way back into things, wearing the captain's armband. A leader for this Chattanooga team, returning to the 11 for his 100th appearance in all competitions, the longest tenured player in the club's history, most appearances in the club's history. Brazilian been a staple in the middle of the park. Akoto and Mensah dueling for it. Nembard can hook forward. Sterling tries a clever touch with the back of his foot, takes too heavy a touch though, and Aviles can rope it in. Keziah Sterling capable of the flair moments like that, a bit more creativity than the average player might think. A foul committed by Heckenberg. Take it quick to Felipe, but the referee wants it to be taken from the original spot rather than quite a few yards away, more closer to the touchline. Curry in the press, cutting in field, puts a foot in there. Referee plays advantage, keeping the chance alive. Bit of pass, heavy pass out wide, is tracked down. Mikhail Williams back to Aviles. Sprays it forward. Fonseca tries to get a chest to it, does it successfully, plays a 1-2 with Heckenberg, and he's got to head it full of steam, driving forward, holds off Marsh, picks out Kingsford Ajay. Ajay one-on-one on the left-hand side, goes low, picks out Curry. He picks out Fonseca. It's a brilliant move. Left to right in a flash. Excellent composure from the league's leading scoring side, and Tormenta opened the scoring with an early goal for Pedro Fonseca. Clever leave by Sterling to just let it roll past him. Fonseca puts that one away. What a start. The first great opportunity of the match so far. Talk about composure from Khoury. Has his back to goal in the 6-yard box. A lot of players want to turn and shoot there, but knows he's got an option. And Fonseca moving from his left wing position across to the right. A free-flowing move. And they get that first one. Goal number 4 for the Brazilian. It's goal number 44 on the season for Tormenta. Can there be a quick response? Marsh knocks it off his opponent, earns his side a corner kick.
Stand up and make some noise, Red Wolves fans. This Ford corner kick is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, official sponsor of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Let's put the ball in the goal, Red Wolves!
Johnny Felipe is the man to take. He's got a short option. Alongside him in Kraft. 4 gray jerseys in the box. Siobhan Marsh on the edge of it. He passes out to the top of the box. Walefi whips one towards goal. It's just wide. A dangerous one in, though. Nearly picked out Williams or Mensah. Let's check it out again. Again, another one probably from the training ground. Just picking out Walefi. Gets it out of his feet. Whips it in. Both Nembhard and Nakoto were able to see it out. Maybe just a fraction of a second earlier with the run. Or a bit more of a shallow pass. Could have potentially picked out a gray jersey and picked out an equalizer. Bush launches it forward. Nembhard. Was he edged over? He was, the referee says. Appeals by the fans and Rapapa Mensah. Deshaun Nembhard will get back to his feet. Just a really impressive goal from Tormenta just a few moments ago. Intercepted by Kraft. Chattanooga going to be allowed to have a bit of possession. Clever pass out to the left-hand side. Riley Kraft, one-on-one with Nakoto. Kraft carrying it forward. Onto the right foot. From distance, it was an ambitious effort the entire time, and it never quite was caught with the right purchase by Cardona. That one goes out of play. Martinez, our head referee. You can see her there leading us out in this one. Good stat for Chattanooga is they've accumulated the joint second most points gained from a losing position, 16 of them. An interesting stat. Someone's knocked down by Williams. Side that doesn't score often first, often having to chase things from behind. It's cleverly flicked forward. What a play by Rapapa Mensah. Natural striker's instincts, chases down a ball over the top, beats TJ Bush to it, knocks it over him. Talk about points from losing positions. They've got an equalizer right there. That's step 1 to earning those points. Let's see it again. Out of nothing. Deshaun Nembhard maybe could have held off his opponent a bit better there as that one was lofted over the top. Rapapa Mensah did not give up on it and just got there first. TJ Bush caught in no man's land, and that ball in the back of the net. Both of these teams clinical with their opportunities early. Not many shots before their goals. We're all level. Back to the way we started things here at CHI Memorial Stadium. Eckenberg under a lot of pressure. Turns upfield, was fouled though. Referee letting him off. Tormenta here in the 17th minute, getting that one to go off. Ajay, nice duck of the shoulder, evades his opponent, has players ahead of him. Ajay still with it, picks out Jackson Khoury. Jackson Khoury, drop of the shoulder, blocks it. Will it set up kindly for Akoto? It will. Clips it towards the back post, it's over everybody. Fonseca is there to put a bit of pressure on it, but it's a brilliant pass forward. Preston Kilwine, oh, I think it's a massive tumble into the benches. It's a very short distance between the edge of the pitch and that bench. He appears to be back to his feet. Yeah, he's moving. Great thing to see as he embraces as well with Siobhan Marsh. You'll see just gets over to clear that away, and right there, bam. Feeling the effects of that, but he's back to his feet, moving around. He's back to his center back position. A very positive sign to see. The 26-year-old making another start for this side. 2 assists on the season. Very capable in possession, able to carry the ball forward, and progressive passes often leading to some dangerous opportunities. Has 2 assists on the season. They'll get the interception there, knocks it out. Again, conceding a throw in. Taken quickly. Mensah gives it back to the man who tossed it to him. Nice bit of progression. Big tackle though by Kilwine. Ajay again, cutting in field, showing off his mazy dribbling skills. Otieno has it played to him, puts it over the top. Keziah Sterling, can he get there first? He does. Keziah Sterling has Khoury with him. He can go it himself. He will. Number 12 for the number 9. 3 goals in this match within 20 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A goal has been scored by South Georgia Tormenta.
Keziah Sterling with 5 goals in his last 3 matches. He's on absolute fire. Holds off the attempts of his opponents. Keeps his composure. Not much Aviles can do there to keep that one out. Just brilliant progression and wide open match. What a thriller we're being treated to here. He scored 2 last game, either directly from the spot or around penalties. His first penalty, missed it, scored the rebound. That was the first one he missed for Tormenta. He got another penalty in the first half, scored the second one, and then he had a 70th minute penalty to try and give them an insurance goal, a 3rd goal against Northern Colorado, and he put it off the left post. Missing 2 penalties in a match. Not something he had done a single time entering that one. An odd situation though where you have 3 penalties in a match. This one from open play, trying to get his team the full 3 points on the road. Kraft. Can they respond again? Siobhan Marsh. With the outside of his foot, picks out Hernandez. Whips one in, back post. Nodded away by Akoto. Had to get something to it because Kraft is right over his shoulder. Still concede the corner kick. They got their first equalizer out of nothing on a ball over the top. How will they get a second equalizer, if they will get one? Didn't even fully have time to break down the 17th minute goal, assisted by Hernandez. And then just under 3 minutes later, Chattanooga conceded a second time. The lone man, Johnny Felipe, whips it in, back post, headed centrally, and Jackson Khoury has to be quick, put a foot through it, and knock it forward. Kraft. Here's Marsh. Siobhan Marsh. Clever footwork. Picks up Ropapa Mensah. He got the equalizer. Can he do it again? Puts in the box. Back post. Headed away by Davy Mason. Will stay in. It will indeed. Kingsford Ajay can track it down. They'll play it forward to Pedro Fonseca. Drop of the shoulder. Gets past his opponent. Does he have support? It's a brilliant tackle on the touchline. Knocks him out of play. Keziah Sterling with that goal puts him one behind Olex Anderson of North Carolina FC for number 2 in the Golden Boot race. Still 5 behind Trevor Amon, who got his 17th of the season as the equalizer, make it 1-1 against Tormenta on Wednesday. He's been a lethal goal scorer all year for the Hailstorm. Kraft nods it down to himself. Mensah. Quick ball. Lombardi eyeing out for Hernandez. He will get there to keep it in play. Hernandez. Slide it back. First time ball into the box. Nodded away by Akoto. Was a vital intervention. Sits up though. Oh, a shot on target. Well saved by TJ Bush. Frustration from Nembard. It sat up nicely for Ropapa Mensah. Nearly a second equalizer within half an hour. A long pass. Cardona rises highest, nods it out of play. Coca-Cola, the exclusive soft drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Foul committed by the Red Wolves on the left-hand side of the pitch. Frustration from Cardona.
This replay is brought to you by Rodriguez Family Dentistry, the official dentistry for the Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Jackson Curry, the man putting the ball on the spot, preparing to put one in the box. This is now 8 straight games where the Tormenta have scored multiple goals. But they'll know from last match, 2-1 wasn't enough to see it out. Curry nodded towards goal, saved by Aviles. Not as hard a save that I'll ever have. They'll go quick, launching it forward. Brilliant pass, picks out Hernandez. He's got Curry defending him. He puts a foot in well, nods it forward to Kingsford Ajay. He puts it between the legs of his defender, and he's fouled. The referee may have a talking to with Nicholas Cardona. I think by Keziah Sterling indicating the number of fouls committed by Nicholas Cardona. The referee is saying not one more. He's on his last warning. And Balefi, the captain, going over to make his case as well to the referee. Gloria Resendiz Martinez in discussions with Balefi Dos Reis. Kingsford Ajay a little slow to get up after nutmegging his opponent, being brought down. Offer both teams the opportunity to get some hydration, a bit of a breather here. In the high 80s here in Chattanooga. Pretty clear weather this evening. Hot in a lot of places across the country around this time of year, and something that they've got to battle through. Was mentioned as a big factor for Tormenta from their last game in South Georgia. Pass back into play. Was won back quickly. Ajay, he's back to his feet, back involved in things. Fonseca trying some clever footwork. Sliding challenge. Who did it touch last? Last touch, Tormenta, so it'll be opportunity for a launched throw-in with Ropapa Mensah. They'll win one higher up the pitch, advancing territory. Four shots for Tormenta, translated to 2 goals. 1 for the Red Wolves. 1 goal for the Red Wolves, I should say, on 6 shots. Lombardi. Looking maybe for a switch of play to the right-hand side. Goes instead to the feet of Marsh. He goes for Kraft. Just too heavy for him, though, in the left channel. It rolls out of play. Curry, clever first touch. Did he foul his opponent? He did. Lombardi got across him, got in front of him, won a free kick. They can go short with it, but it's also in a position where if they want to go put one in the box, certainly not an ill-advised decision. You'll see again, Curry nods it past his opponent, but a collision with the back of his opponent's legs. Some clever defending by Lombardi to get in between him. Quickly taken. Felipe whips one into the back post. Headed away. Fonseca nods it down. Akoto trying to get over. Will knock it off of Hernandez. Visitors will have a throw-in on that far side. Another throw-in conceded. Otieno sprinting forward to offer an option. He'll be tossed it to him just off. Nearly able to pick one out with the longer throw. Tobias Otieno trying to make that work. I believe we'll be offered a hydration break here for both sides. As I mentioned earlier, 88 degrees in Chattanooga, a hot day. You can see Scott McKenzie on your screen. He is the head coach of Park City Red Wolves, which is the USL League Two affiliate of Chattanooga. Some health concerns for Jimmy Weekly. Hoping all is well in his camp. He was the interim coach, replaced Ziggy Koritiowski earlier this season, and now we got a new interim in Scott McKenzie. Talking to him before this one, kind of about the opportunity to be the manager, the head coach of a USL League One side. He said it was a fun, exciting opportunity for him. He wishes it was under better circumstances, of course, but when the call came in, felt it was something that he was prepared himself for and was ready for, as you see him dictating out instructions to his team. We can look ahead now for Chattanooga. You can see in that bottom left of your screen the game's coming up for them. Got a home game against Forward Madison, a team that's probably the chasing teams in the playoff push. We'll be looking at both Forward Madison and Greenville. That's a chance at home against them. At Charlotte, very strong side, Union Omaha. They're in electric form at the moment, trying to push themselves into the top ends of history. We'll show you about that a bit more at halftime. A trip to Lexington and a home game against Central Valley Fuego rounds out September for Chattanooga. You can see the visiting South Georgia Tormenta and their upcoming matches. They'll head home, take on One Knoxville next Friday. They'll have a chance to get some revenge against Northern Colorado after a late equalizer, I should say, spoiled a win back at their home stand. At North Carolina, a tough one there. They'll have another one against One Knoxville, and they'll be at Richmond to end off the month. Both them and One Knoxville, the two teams closest to the current teams in the playoffs, so they have a chance to kind of win those 6-pointers, those head-to-heads. But for Tormenta, really have to handle their own business before they can look around and hope to look ahead of them in the playoff picture. The two teams beginning to retake the field after our hydration break in this first half. Really delighted to be alongside you all. I'm Jack Edwards here in the broadcast for ESPN+. Some early action from both sides. It was 4-2 when they last met. The first matchup this year back on May 5th. That was here at CHI Memorial Stadium. That one went 2-0 into the favor of South Georgia Tormenta. Goals from Pedro Fonseca and Ryan Sierakowski, who was with the team still then. He's now with Richmond. He scored the second goal in the 58th minute. Back underway, the ball rolling again as Lombardi carries it forward. His side again searching for an equalizer. His pass looking for Marsh. Cleared by Kilwine. Otieno, nice first touch. Fonseca passes a bit behind Ajay. He has to check back to get it, but he's a brilliant dribbler when the ball's at his feet. Otieno, back to him. Nice bit of interplay. Fonseca, can he get there? A vital slide challenge by Walefi. Got there first, nodded it forward. Cardonia Shale Williams driving forward under the pressure of Sterling. We'll get past him. Hernandez on the right-hand side. Eyeing one, picks out a teammate. Header trying to go towards Kraft. It's cleared away. Omar Gomez, the man trying to rope that one in. Fonseca. Time and space in the middle of the park. Jackson Curry making a run. He picks out Nikakoto on the right-hand side. Nikakoto. Curry goes back to him. The right back in the box. Vital header. Was he the last one to touch it? Referee says he was. Aaron Lombardi putting his head on the line there. Concedes a corner kick, but better than the alternative as Jackson Curry walks over to take. Curry whips one into the box, towards the back post. Header is knotted down, but a foul was committed by Deshaun Nembard in the process of reaching for that header. Keziah Sterling, a bit clever there to just decide to stop and make his protest right in front of the free kick. Depending on how you view the sport, one of the dark arts or the small little details that players can pick up upon, try and give themselves the smallest of advantages. Kraft in the channel. Chattanooga progressing. His ball in the box, blocked away by Akoto. It'll stay in play. Heavy challenge by Akoto. Too strong according to the referee. He commits a foul in a very dangerous position. It's a bit closer to the corner kick. We'll see what Chattanooga can draw up, what threats they can offer for the visitors. But Nikakoto is the man who was called for the foul. Trying to win it off Riley Kraft. Went too hard on the 98. Whipped into the box. Headed away by the first man, Otieno. Kraft puts it back into play. Here's Marsh, fighting for it. Gets it back to Felipe, gives it to Kraft. Stands one up into the box. It's knotted down. Sprinting forward, trying to keep it alive is Hernandez. His ball is blocked. And Gomez will let it run out of play.
Concessions tonight are brought to you by Coca-Cola, the exclusive beverage partner of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Quench your thirst with the
Pedro
Coca-Cola
Hernandez.
Launch. Together, taste better.
Lombardi. Given time to look at his options. Choose Kraft on the right foot. With the back post too strong. I'm going to bounce it into the fans lounging out on the lawn behind the goal to the left-hand side of this pitch. Riley Kraft making his 16th start of the season, a goal and 2 assists. And with Richmond back in 2019 and 2020. The Des Moines Menace in USL League Two. Joined Chattanooga in August of 2022. His career now 12 months old here in Tennessee. Bush slips as he kicks it, but gets it away from the press of Papa Mensah. Talking to Ian Cameron after the 2-2 draw against Northern Colorado. You can see him right there. Talking about just the way they managed to limit opportunities and open play. Both goals for the Hailstorm came from set pieces. Hernandez trying one forward. Over the head of Mensah. The goal kind of came out of nothing for Chattanooga. It's well worked and it was well fought for by Papa Mensah. And a probing ball can always cause issues. Clever touch by Otieno. Fonseca, quick to Sterling. Keziah Sterling, vital sliding challenge. Cardona puts a foot through it, knocks it out of play. Quickly taken. They want to keep the chance alive. The 2 goal scorers today. Fonseca and Sterling whips it in, headed away. Otieno. Heckenberg. Davy Mason. Sterling. Plays it for Mason. Williams gets there first. Can he get there and keep it in play? He cannot. It'll be a throw-in. Very advanced position. You can see the possession. Tormenta allowing their hosts to have a lot of the ball. Opportunities have fallen their way a little bit more. 6-4 shot split. Walefi to Marsh. Dueling with Heckenberg. Heckenberg touched it last. Throw and given. Lombardi going long. Mensah over the top again. Rapapa Mensah. He'll get there. It'll sit up for him. Nice drag back. Mensah! Oh, nearly special from him. Just off frame. Did it take a touch on the way? It did. Referee giving a corner kick. Rapapa Mensah trying to make it another equalizer in the first half.
Back of the net, Red Wolves, back of the net. This corner
Brilliant drag back to evade Heckenberg. He took a deflection off his press and kill line.
Let's put the ball in the goal, Red Wolves!
There's that man, the number 20, the goal scorer for Chattanooga. The referee wants a pause, wants to take a moment before they take it. Corner kick into the box, headed on goal, it's there! Another equalizer in the first half. This one coming courtesy of the defender. The Puerto Rican, Nicolas Cardona, nods that one home off the corner kick. 2-2. We're back where we started. Let's check that out again. Whipped in by Felipe. Uncontested, he positioned himself brilliantly and immediately sprinted back, wanted to get the side ready again. 4 goals in the first half. That one as simple as you like. Just nods that home. Back underway already. Sterling. Was he fouled from behind? Referee says he was. Mikhail Williams, the man who brought him down. Sterling scoops one over the top for Akoto. Ajay in the box looking for it. It was a kicked off of Lombardi. Referee says it was. Corner kick. Can they respond from a set piece equalizer? The set piece to take the lead. Wouldn't be surprised. We knew going into this one, it's a team that scores a lot in Tormenta, a team that concedes a lot in Chattanooga, but has the capability to score, and they've got 2 already in the first half. One from the corner, one from a ball over the top. Jackson Curry into the area. Nodded down, nodded away. Not fully dealt with. A foul is called, though. That'll end the threat. May have been an offside as well. Again, results in a free kick nonetheless. Appeals about potentially untoward holding by Deshaun Nembard to our head referee today. Interesting stat. Tormenta have conceded 26 goals in the first half this season. Only one team in USL League One has conceded more goals in the first half this season, and that is Chattanooga. So both of these teams, most leaky first half teams defensively in the league, providing us a treat for the neutral. 2-2. Fonseca has it taken out of him. Knocked out for a throw. Ajay fighting for it. Mason got a foot in there. Referee saying he was fouled. Otieno appealing for a yellow card. Johnny Felipe, the first player to enter the book. We'll see it again on the far side. Comes up from Mason, and you can see, yeah, definitely a lot of strength in that challenge, not a lot of ball, and Davey Mason feeling the effects of that challenge that saw Johnny Felipe enter into the book. There's a bit of a pause here as Mason gets some time to recover. He's been on loan from Hartford Athletics since July 21st, just over a month now into his Chattanooga career. Making start number 4 for them. An interesting role on the left-hand side, center of the midfield. Very versatile player, 24 years of age. Tormenta will be hoping that Davey Mason will be able to see things out for the next few moments, or at least see things out until halftime and give him the opportunity to be reassessed during the 15-minute break between the halves. Making his 17th start of the year. Had a trial preseason, earned himself a contract with Tormenta after their title last year. Deshaun Nembard has played as a left back at times for them this season, but options on the bench. Dalton Knutson might be the first choice defender to be brought on. Colin Lacunas, also an option. Champion with Marshall back in 2020. But Davey Mason is moving around comfortably enough to appear to at least see this one out until halftime. As Otieno gets a challenge in. Referee says it was a foul. Omar Gomez, the man who was fouled. He will be getting 5 minutes of additional time at the end of this first 45 minutes, pushing up to a first 50 minutes. Felipe, was he fouled by Fonseca? He was indeed. I think Hernandez may have wanted advantage to be played, but referee might be taking the time to produce a yellow card. And indeed, Pedro Fonseca, the man who scored the first for Tormenta, will be the first for Tormenta to enter the book, leading the way in several ways for the visitors. We'll check it out again. What earned him that card? We'll see it be played into the feet of Felipe, and just a challenge from behind. Not much chance to win the ball. The referee opting to pull out the yellow card. Lombardi flipped forward. Hernandez hold off his opponent, trying to track it down. He'll get there, keep it in at the byline. Walefi in his century appearance. Lombardi defended by Sterling. Very deep defensive block for Tormenta. They want to head into the break as things stand, or ideally with a goal themselves. Hernandez. It's whipped in, headed away. Sterling scrapes it away. Lombardi whips it forward again. Akoto heads it centrally. Heckenberg to Sterling. Clever touch. Gets it to Jackson Curry. He's got Sterling with him on the right. A lot of space for Ajay on the left. It's Kingsford Ajay. Fonseca on the underlap. Curry into the box. Ajay on the right foot. It's on target. Aviles can rope it in. He goes quick to Kraft. Get a touch of hand. Referee says no. It's a throw in for Tormenta. Looks to be Pedro Hernandez. Looks to be in some discomfort. Off the ball, just going down. Never a positive sign. Looks to be in some frustration, some discomfort. We'll see if it's a cramp, if it's something that he can play through, at least until halftime, just about halfway through our stoppage time. To see Hernandez back to his feet. About to come off. So both Davey Mason, now him, some players moving a little slowly here after some challenges, some duels in this highly contentious, highly battled first 45 minutes. So we're back underway. Otieno, currently 10-man. We'll see when they can get back up to even. They win the ball back. Ropapa Mensah pass behind Siobhan Marsh, and it allows Davey Mason to track back, win it away. Hernandez looks to be back out on the field. It's 11 v 11 again. Ajay to Fonseca, making a forward run. Fired to the feet of Sterling. He leaves it. Jackson Corey wasn't in a position to capitalize. He's going to track on Lombardi. Brilliant header by Akoto. Leaps to block the pass. Nembard. Sterling. Doesn't commit a foul. Akoto again with an interception with his head. Heckenberg, brilliant turn. Can he fire one to Ajay? He'll keep it with his feet. Goes to Sterling. Fonseca. Nice turn. Picks out Heckenberg. His pass to Ajay just intercepted. Nearly another nice passing move from Tormenta. Just interrupted at the last moment. 30 seconds of the minimum added on. Still with us. Otieno. His pass blocked. Fonseca has to track back. Tormenta might hope to get a few more minutes of this halftime. They're in a great passing groove. Fonseca to Akoto. Cuts it back. Khoury just past his foot. Can't bring it in. Mensah trying to turn it upfield. Under a lot of pressure. Does well to pick out Kraft. They'll go back towards Mensah in the channel. Kilwine sprinting over from left center back. Covering the space on the right. Clears it away. We're through the minimum of 5, but there was a brief pause for Hernandez. Kraft, eyes the referee, seeing how much more of this first half we will have in front of us. Hernandez is knocked out by Mason. Still we play, maybe one last chance to foray forward. Into the channel, Marsh turns. Dangerous from him, it's blocked. And that will be our first 45 minutes. 2 goals apiece for Chattanooga and South Georgia. A thrilling first 45. Keziah Sterling, the man who had the goal that made it 2-1. Ropapa Mensah, the man who made it 1-1. An absolute duel from start to halftime. Been a fantastic first 45 minutes. We can't wait to show you the first half highlights and dig into things happening across the league. A match of vital importance for both of these teams. They want a late playoff push. It'll have to be points in this one. As things stand, they'll be sharing it. But we'll see where the next 45 will take us. Been a fantastic one so far to bring you on ESPN Plus. 2 goals for each side. Thrilling moments for both. But as things stand, nothing to separate them. It's Chattanooga 2, South Georgia 2. Some halftime content to come for you here.
I need to try it first.
It's here, Ford Truck Month. Come and get the best deals on Ford F-150. The only truck to offer available Pro Power onboard and an interior work surface so you can get it all done. All part of Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck 46 years straight and counting. Get 2.9 for 60 plus up to $2,500 with eligible trade-in. Learn more about pickup and delivery and remote service at your local Ford dealer.
I need to try it first.
It's halftime between Chattanooga and South Georgia, both teams looking to end a 3-game week on a high. And both of these teams participated in some games on Wednesday to get the week started. They were some great ones. And with the highlights, it's Mark Schoenster.
2 Wednesday games pertaining to that 6th place spot, that playoff line, starting in Greenville, round 2 this season between the Triumph and the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Here is a goal of the week contender, Lucas Coutinho, going 3-on-1 right there, bodying off the defender and then placing it top shelf. Excellent strike from him. Then, 45th minute, +3 from the training ground. Pilato sets up Jamie Smith, and Jacob Labovitz cleans up the duty and gets the job done. For the 2nd game in a row, it has been 2 goals that have been scored in first half stoppage time at Paladin Stadium. So don't take your halftime break early if you're watching a game here, because they don't hang it up early. They wait till that whistle blows. Here's the other goal that happened in stoppage time, 45 minutes +8. Siobhan Marsh makes it 2-1, cutting the deficit in half. The Chattanooga Red Wolves on the road, trying to find a point against this tough Greenville Triumph side. They'll go into the locker room feeling a little bit better, being within 1 score, thanks to that man right there, Mr. Marsh. Double-digit goals on the season for him. Then, in the 88th minute, late in the game, Riley Kraft has the opportunity to level this one up, and he just heads it wide. Also got to be careful there, Evan Lee, nearly deflecting it into his own goal, but he makes sure he doesn't touch it, goes out. And the Greenville Triumph, with John Harkes back, keep that ever-important space between 6th and 7th at a fair distance. But Tormenta can gash into that space, hosting a vulnerable Hailstorm team who are winless in 5 games. And they've also just tripped up Keziah Sterling for an early penalty. And Keziah Sterling, this man knows what to do at the penalty spot. Or does he? He misses, but luckily Keziah Sterling has his head up. He finishes it, gets the goal, makes it 1-0 in favor of Tormenta in a huge game. But 10 minutes later, they put themselves in dangerous territory. Now, what is that dangerous territory? I think I'd like to call it Arthur Rogers territory. When you give up a foul inside that final 18, Arthur Rogers is prone to serve in a deadly ball, gets his 9th assist of the season, but more importantly, Trevor Ammon gets his 17th goal of the season, which is 1 shy of Terzagi's 2021 single season record of 18, and he still has 10 more games to meet and pass that. Another 10-minute interval later, though, in the first half, Hailstorm find themselves in trouble once again. You can't give Keziah Sterling 1 penalty. You can't give him 2 penalties, which is just what's happened here. They'd end up giving him a 3rd penalty in this game. This 2nd attempt, Sterling would put away nicely. He would miss the 3rd one, which would keep this game within striking distance. But at this point, Tormenta looking red hot, and their number 1 striker also looking equally as streaky. But in the 93rd minute, it's Arthur Rogers territory once again. Marky Hernandez, don't tell him that he's only 5'5". He heads home the equalizer. We may look back at this result as a pivotal one in the playoff picture. We'll step aside. We'll come back after this from the USL.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to head out, okay? What are your names? So you know where you are right now?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang out, okay?
Tell me your name, sir. Do you know your name? Do you know who you are right now?
It is halftime between these two sides. Halftime brought to you by Outlaw Beer, Mile High Light Beer. Find your wilderness. Some news and notes from across USL League One. Matthias Cassini, Tormenta, parting ways, announcing this week that the club and Cassini have mutually agreed to part ways. Union Omaha, one win away from tying the 2019 Lansing Ignite FC, the longest winning streak in league history at 6. We'll show you their score in a moment. It's looking good for Omaha, and Keziah Sterling scored in this match, had 2 last time out. He is the player of the week, headlining the Week 23 Team of the Week. His fellow teammate Mukwele Akale also in the 11 after a strong week. Can you imagine if you get another goal in this one from Sterling? There's a solid chance he might go back-to-back in Player of the Weeks. Already 3 goals this in Week 24. That's your Week 23 Team of the Week. We can look at the live scoreboard. Union Omaha 1-0, and they've also just added a second one as well. They've got a 2-0 edge over Greenville. It's an interesting breakdown. Nothing to separate one Knoxville and Charlotte as things stand at halftime. Lexington and Richmond also all knotted up at 0-0. North Carolina, Northern Colorado, a big one at the top of the table, 1-1 in the first 45 minutes. We look forward as well. Later tonight, Central Valley Fuego and Forward Madison. Madison want to get some more points in their playoff push. And we've got some games coming up next week in Week 25. If you look ahead for South Georgia, they will head back home on Friday next week. We'll take on one Knoxville back at home. That's what's coming up in USL League One. Been a good one, though, today. 6 games today. A fascinating one. We'll show you the highlights on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. It's Chattanooga against South Georgia.
The future is in these foothills. The world's fastest internet from EPB is in homes from Hickson to Highland Park. In classrooms from East Lake to East Brainerd. And in reach of those striving to learn more, be more, achieve more. The future is here with fiber optic speeds up to 25 gigs, only from EPB.
I need to try it first. I need to try it first.
Welcome back to CHI Memorial Stadium as things stand at halftime. It's Chattanooga 2, South Georgia Tormenta 2. A fascinating first 45 minutes between these two sides. We can dig into the highlights and show you how we've gotten to this point so far. But these two teams going toe-to-toe as things stand. Let's dig into the highlights now from that first 45 minutes between Chattanooga and South Georgia. Jumping here early on the first half. Kingsford Ajay going to bring it into the box. Low pass picks out Jackson Curry. His low pass picks out Pedro Fonseca. His low shot picks at the bottom left corner. A brilliant progression from left to right. Nice bit of composure. Loving what Curry does there to just turn, pick out his teammate in Fonseca and left well by Sterling. This one played now to Alefi. His shot cross shot, what do you want to call it? It nearly was dangerous at the back post, just going off there. This one looks innocuous. Maybe Nevhard can hold off Mensah. He cannot. Papa Mensah gets in front of him, makes it 1-1. Nothing that TJ Bush can do there except watch that one go over his head. That made things 1-1. Sterling, his low finish makes things 2-1. A brilliant finish from him, just driving forward to hold off his opponent, and the low left-footed finish. And then the equalizer, making it 2-2. Cardona with the header puts it away. We can see now the stats after that first 45 minutes between these sides. 2-2 in terms of the goals. Possession, 61%, a big stat for them. We'll dive into that a bit deeper in a moment. Shots overall going Chattanooga's way. On target, going the way of South Georgia. Both these teams want 3 points. One doesn't really help either of them. They'll be hoping to try and push themselves for a winner in the second 45 minutes. But overall, a great one. Talking to Scott McKenzie before this one in the midweek, just about how often that the amount of possession can correlate to results, to who wins a match. And we've seen so far that Chattanooga have had a lot of the ball, but they've been opening transition in a lot of stages. So we'll see how things progress going forward here. That first 45 was certainly interesting. Jack Edwards with you. Delighted to be in the broadcast for ESPN Plus on this one. The third matchup between these sides this season, we've talked about the history that they've had. They met in the title game in 2022. That one obviously had in the way of Tormenta, the team who are the current defending champions. It's now their highest scoring season in club history. That was secured with their win, or their draw, I should say, last time out against Northern Colorado. They became the highest scoring season in club history with 43 then. Now up to 45 goals on the season. Just a team that's got electric attackers. You can see some of them right there. Keziah Sterling, Kingsford Ajay, great options. And when Matthias Cassini left the club this week, you know, it's a big loss. A guy who had 5 goals and an assist on the season in just 14 appearances so far. But losing the Brazilian was not going to spell the end of their goal-scoring prowess. Maybe some frustration from Ian Cameron during halftime as Jackson Curry re-enters the huddle about conceding another set-piece goal. They conceded a free kick, as you saw in the halftime highlights by Mark Schoenster. Liked the way he put Arthur Rogers territory. Arthur Rogers with the free kick to Trevor Amon, and then a corner kick. Picked out the equalizer for Marky Hernandez. Players beginning to get themselves ready for the second 45 minutes. They'll switch the sides. Attacking from right to left will be the visitors, Tormenta, and from left to right will be the hosts, the Red Wolves. Been an up and down year for both of these sides. Scott McKenzie and Chattanooga trying to continue to establish club values, a positive atmosphere around the side, and points at home, always something you want to see. Our header free, Gloria Resendez Martinez gets us back underway for the second 45 minutes. It's 2-2 as things stand. Where will we head in this second half? Ajay and Hernandez dueling for it, played forward in the channel. Here's Siobhan Marsh. He'll play it back. Walefi. That was Gomez, rather. Lombardi. He'll eye one forward, running over the top. It's Marsh. It's just over his head, and it forced TJ Bush to slide onto it. And there's a collision between the two players. There might have been a foul called against Marsh, but it may have just been a stoppage in play for Kilwine. It looks like he had his right leg awkwardly collided with. We'll see it again. Just a brilliant pass over the top, making things awkward. And yeah, you could just see taken out by his own keeper, and that one rolling away. Not a foul on Marsh. So not entirely sure what the whistle was for, but it stopped play, allowing Preston Kilwine the opportunity to get a breather. Little limp on that left foot. They'd hope that they don't have to lose their center back just moments after the start of this match. Calls back to their 4-1 win at Forward Mattis was interesting. Ball was played over the top very early on. Christian Chaney scored the first goal of the match within 17 seconds. Jake Dangler, I believe, was the man running over the top. ended up hurting his hamstring in the process. Had to come off so within a minute against forward Madison on the road. They conceded to Christian Cheney. They lost to center back. Here, a ball over the top, nearly injuring Kilwine, nearly scoring, but compared to the Madison match, neither of them actually coming to pass. Khoury. Otieno into the box. Was met by Ajay. Was it going to be an ambitious effort from the start? And he gives a thumbs up. It was a nice pass in. And nearly an acrobatic effort from Kingsford Ajay. Aviles to Lombardi. He's been at times a quarterbacking role for them, playing passes from deep. He'll slide one short. Go longer with the second. Headed centrally. Sets up kindly for Hernandez. Siobhan Marsh in the box. Marsh, what can he do? Picks out Hernandez. It's cleared away by Kilwine. Pressing is Sterling. Forces his opponent to be on it. Sterling, he'll win it back. He's got 3 white jerseys around him. He'll check it up. Check it up again. Vital challenge. He still has teammates with him now. Kingsford Ajay in some space. Ajay out wide to Fonseca. Puts down one defender. The shot's blocked. Nearly for Tormenta. Patient from right to left. And Fonseca nearly made it too. Let's check out again. Ajay just left it for Fonseca. Fake shot. Put the man with the goal, Cardona, down. So Chattanooga scored from a corner kick from that side of the pitch. Kingsford Ajay. What's he going to do with this one? The in-swinger. Whips it into the box, headed away. Bush. Give it back to Heckenberg. Heckenberg. Ajay. Space to carry it into. Hernandez. He's with him. He'll slide it back to Heckenberg. On his preferred right foot. Goes to Otieno. Fired out wide to the right. He got caught in between 2 minds of Fonseca and Khoury. Ended up picking out only Lombardi. Williams. Marsh. Hernandez. Plays it to Mensah. He's got Kraft. Drag it back. Walefi to Lombardi. Into the box. Headed away. Nodded out wide again. Cardona. Challenge put in by Heckenberg, knocks it out of play. Williams to Lombardi. Marsh to Mensah. Scoops it to Kraft. Oh, just off of him. There's appeals. I believe that Siobhan Marsh may have also been appealing for the ball to be played to him instead. But it goes out of play for goal kick. What's the replay here? Is it's just scooped forward. Kraft just couldn't get proper purchase on his attempted shot. Actually, may have been offsides given on Kraft, and that's why the free kick is being taken a bit further forward. Body Armor, the official sports drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Akoto, a tall header, nods that one out of play, right in front of his own bench. T in Cameron. Trying to see if his side can get back to winning ways. Win against Forward Madison on Saturday. A draw with Northern Colorado on Wednesday. They'd love to get 7 points from a week. I'm sure if you asked him and the team entering into a really tough stretch, you know, At home against Forward Madison, Northern Colorado, a pair of teams in playoff spots in a really good position. You know, offer you 7 points between those two as well as this one against Chattanooga. I think you're taking that every single time. Mensah. Intercepted, nodded forward. Cardona. Hernandez. Pass blocked. Kilwine, Fonseca, his attempted pass, flick on, was blocked away. Chattanooga, after a bit of early pressure from Tormenta, beginning to pen them in. Lofted into the channel. It's Gomez. Forces Nembard to put a foot in. It's going to be a throw for Kraft. Laborio whips it in. Goes past everybody. Hernandez. They've got a foot on that. Would have been tough for Bush to stop it, but he just couldn't quite meet it. Quick throw again. Chattanooga in wasting no time. Trying to keep things cycling, keep things ticking. Laborio, he'll go long. Over everybody's head. Felipe. Kraft. His ball in, blocked away. Corner kick earned. Got one goal from a corner already. They can make it two. They'll complete the comeback and take the lead.
Now let's put the ball on the goal, Red Wolves!
See Kraft and Felipe in discussion. Johnny Felipe, the lone man, trying to combine with Riley Kraft. Whipped in, headed away, vital by Kilwine. Walefi. Marsh, low, saved by Bush. On hand was Hernandez. It's giving him no room to breathe. Low one, fired. Curry in transition. Sterling making his way into the box. Fonseca on the edge. Nick Akoto into the area. Low shot by Akoto, just wide of goal. The right back ranging forward nearly with a special moment. We'll show a replay here. We may have to see if Omar Gomez can continue. He goes down off your screen just wide by Akoto. You can see him have his head in his hands as that right-footed shot was just off target. Brilliant step over to get past Walefi and open the space against Kraft. You can see what he was aiming for. His shot was dragged just agonizingly wide. Omar Gomez having his right leg tended to by the trainers for Chattanooga. Ford is the official domestic car partner of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. And the Park City Red Wolves, Omar Gomez played for. Had some experience working with Scott McKenzie. He made the transition from Park City to Chattanooga, as Scott McKenzie has in the medical leave absence of Jimmy Weekly. This is match number 6 for him since coming in. A win, a draw, 3 defeats. Some narrow ones, though. Every match decided by at least 1 goal. By 1 goal, I should say. 1-0 defeat at Forward Madison. A 1-1 draw at Central Valley Fuego was the first game of Scott McKenzie's reign. This is actually just the second home match that he is overseeing. The last one, a 3-2 win against Richmond. Trips to Union Omaha and the Greenville Triumph in the last 7 days yielded 2-1 defeats. Both of them had Siobhan Marsh goals in them, as did the Richmond match. He's got 3 goals in 3 games. He's got 10 on the season, tied for 4th in the league with goals. A sub is being prepared. Looks like 2 are being prepared for Chattanooga. Felipe Laborio Jr. as well as Marios Lomas are both being prepped to come on. Coming off is Gomez. He did look to be in some discomfort, and he'll be having his day end here in the 58th minute. He'll be coming off, as will Walefi. It appears he'll be coming off. As Lomas comes on, he'll be on for Walefi. And coming on, Marios Lomas coming on in place of Omar Gomez.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A pair of substitutions have been made by the Chattanooga Red Wolves in the 58th minute of the game. Entering the game is number 13,
So to confirm, Walefi, Gomez out, in Marios Lomas, and the man coming on now, Felipe Laborio Jr. So the first 2 subs of the match, the first 2 cards put on the table. They're put by McKenzie and the Red Wolves. Kraft clips one forward. Nodded on. Marsh chests it down for Mensah. What a clearance by Kilwine. Fonseca can nod it down for Ajay. What will he try and do from here? Felipe has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Bush. First time he launches it forward. Makoto mishits his pass. Foot put in as well. Foul committed though. First contribution for Felipe Laborio Jr. is to foul Tobias Otieno. Never appeals that it wasn't a foul. Brilliant drop of the shoulder by Kingsford Ajay and a burst of pace. Space to drive into. Ajay checks his run. Slides it to Curry. Jackson Curry, first time! Just over the goal. But again, massive threat for Tormenta on the break. Will they punish Chattanooga in the final half an hour? Hearing that we will be entering into a lightning delay. Weather in the area going to be causing a pause in this one.
Due to severe weather conditions in the area, this match has been temporarily suspended per USL League One.
So the match will be paused for 30 minutes. Lightning in the area, severe weather in the area. Here on the broadcast, we'll be staying with you the entire night, bringing you what ends up happening. Make sure to check out the socials at USL League One and the side, especially Chattanooga, as updates will come about the resumption of this match. Things are at 2-2, and we have almost a second halftime. Call it 3 periods. You can see Ian Cameron with the tactics board walking off the field. He'll have a chance to try and break some things down. Some subs made just a moment ago by Chattanooga. It's still 2-2 between the 2 sides. Step aside for just a moment. When we come back, we'll be showing you some more action of the second half between Chattanooga and South Georgia as things stand 2-2. Back in a moment.
Per USL League One rules for the safety of the fans and players. At this time, please leave your seats and either return to your vehicles or stand in the lower level of the
Welcome back to CHI Memorial Stadium. Jack Edwards here with you on the ESPN Plus broadcast between Chattanooga and South Georgia Tormenta. The two teams getting back onto the field. Lightning delay causing us to take a bit of a pause about 14 minutes into the second half, but delighted to be back with you here for the second 45 minutes, second 30 minutes, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be a good rest of the match. Some subs to break down for South Georgia in a moment, but we can kind of show you where we've gotten to this point. Obviously, 2 goals to 2 as the things stand, and we can take a look at the first half highlights. Not much happening in the 14 minutes of the second half so far, so we can dig in to the first half highlights, which saw us have a thrilling first 45. Let's dig into it. Chattanooga, South Georgia. Going to get an opportunity here early on. It's going to be Kingsford Ajay, picks out Jackson Curry, and he picks out Pedro Fonseca, who's shot in the back of the net. Will make that a 1-0 lead early on. There's a great bit of progression and teamwork up front. Makes things a 1-0 lead for Tormenta. They'd respond, though, not with this. Leffy would whip this one in just off there. He's come off since then after making his 100th appearance, most all-time in Chattanooga club history. This was the equalizer. Papa Mensah getting in behind, nicks in past the defender, past the keeper, and just chips it over the head of TJ Bush. Clever work by the forward, just chase down a ball over the top and make things 1-1. Keziah Sterling keeps his feet about him and buries one in the bottom right corner. That makes things 2-1. Goal number 12 on the year for him right there. Makes things 2-1 in response right after. Late on in the first half, header knocked home by Nicolas Cardona. Makes things 2-2. You can see the teams back out on the field going through their paces, and in the top left corner, you'll see some of the subs begin to get cycled through. We're hearing that Ian Cameron is preparing 4 subs out of this break. Just kind of a fascinating tactical decision. I want to kind of bring you back earlier in the season. It was at Lexington a couple months ago now. It ended up being a 5-1 win, but in the 3rd minute, there was a back pass by Charlie Machel of Lexington to his keeper Amal Knight. Called a back pass. They give it in the 3rd minute of the match, but then weather in the area, in the Lexington area, causes the match to get delayed for, I forget the exact amount of hours, a couple hours. And when they came back, it was with a dead ball in the box, indirect free kick. Can't shoot it towards goal, but you can pass it off. They had all that time to think about it, to plan on it, and Tormenta, the very first thing they did, squared across goal, knocked it into the back of the net, and they made things 1-0 in the 3rd minute. Went from there against Lexington, ended up winning that match 5-1. They've really poured the goals on in recent games. This is obviously 2 here today, makes it 7 straight games with 2+ goals. There was a 5-1 win against Lexington, followed it up with a 4-2 win against Chattanooga, the last time these teams met. Been some inconsistent form between now and then, but the goals have been a consistent factor for Tormenta. We'll give you the subs. The players coming on: John Murphy Jr., Mukwele Akale, Dalton Knutson, and Elijah Amo, all coming on for them. Exiting the match, a good amount of players. Chattanooga making no subs themselves. Nika Kodo, Davey Mason, Preston Kilwine, and Kingsford Ajay, the players to make way. Interesting to note there is, talking to Ian Cameron before this one, mentioned how Keziah Sterling had played 2 full 90s this week already as a striker, saying there's a lot of minutes under his legs, something that's a big factor to watch out for. He stays on the field. They have 1 sub left to be used, but they've used 4 of their 5 with half an hour to go, knowing that they're going to be coming out here with a fresh match, more or less. You see the scoring summary in the top left of your screen, where Papa Mensah, Nicolas Cardona, the goal scorers for the host Chattanooga, Pedro Fonseca and Keziah Sterling for Tormenta.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
And just a reminder on the stakes of this one: playoff implications. South Georgia trying to claw things back. Greenville, with the benefit of this delay, they may have seen Greenville fell to Union Omaha, who make it a USL League One tying record 6th straight win. They take down Greenville, meaning that at 36 points, they're staying there. And if they get the 3 points, South Georgia, they will go within 2 points of the playoffs. Not too many matches to go. We get the whistle, though, from our head referee, Gloria Resendez Martinez, and we'll get back underway. Carlos Aviles will get us moving forward. Again, did that hit a hand? It did indeed. Hit the hand over Papa Mensah. We have a free kick for the visitors. Heading from right to left, they will be Tormenta. And from left to right in the gray kits for the hosts are Chattanooga. Akale, early action coming off the bench. Mukwele Akale. His pass was deflected. Hernandez got in front of it and slid it forward. Nice touch by Nembard. Siobhan Marsh can toss it back in. Pedro Hernandez. Kind of saw more of a back five shape. It felt like at times for Chattanooga. You can see a pass a bit dangerous there. Sterling on hand to press, forces a clearance. All about safety rather than completion of the pass. Jackson Coury can take the throw. But it felt like at times that there was a lot of width offered by Chattanooga, dropping in almost 3 center backs at times. It was very flexible, looked hard to really pin down how they lined things up. It's not a high boot by John Murphy Jr. It was indeed. Down holding his face is Johnny Felipe. That will actually produce a yellow card for John Murphy Jr. May not have touched the ball since coming on, but he earned himself a yellow card.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A caution has been issued by the referee to South Georgia Tormenta, number 6, John Murphy Jr.
You can see a bit of frustration from Murphy Jr. Let's see it again. Goes for the high boot there. Looks to be close to catching the face of his opponent. Felipe did duck his head down, trying to reach a header for the ball. Still a bit of an apoplectic look on his face that he was the man booked after that one. Cardona, the man who currently has the most recent equalizer, the most recent goal for these two teams. 20 minutes of in-game time ago. Well over an hour ago now. Now with the lightning delay in the Chattanooga area, things clearing up though in a positive way. Optimistic we'll get ourselves through this one. Amo passes off to Murphy Jr. Fonseca. Jackson Coury. Room to stretch his legs. Some step overs and a nutmeg. Support defense from Hernandez will be enough. Make sure that the skill by Coury not enough. Siobhan Marsh dueling for it. It's knotted away. Check out the new 2023 Chattanooga Red Wolves kit along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and much more at ChattanoogaRedWolves-SC.com. Whipped forward, knotted down by Mensah. Lomas just away from him, searching for his first goal in new colors. He was one of 2 subs that was made by Chattanooga before, just moments before the break in the action. It's probably not ideal for Scott McKenzie to bring on fresh legs in the 57th minute and then have the match get paused in the 59th minute as Heckenberg carries, picks out Akale. Murphy Jr.'s pass takes a deflection. He has to be careful. Getting the yellow card very early on. May not be able to throw himself into challenges like he would prefer to. Fonseca clips one, looking for Akale. Intercepted, but comes to Amo. Driving forward. Fires one, trying to pick out Sterling, but it bounces kindly. Felipe nutmegged Coury, and he'll try and play in Marsh. Marsh will get there. His opponent takes a tumble. Siobhan Marsh into the area. Still with it, takes a deflection, it's there! 4th straight match with the goal for Siobhan Marsh. He did it all himself. And the hosts, twice coming back to equalize, complete the comeback. They hold a lead over Tormenta with 30 minutes to go. You see Nebhard get knocked over once, and he knocks him over again. Keeps his feet about him, may have taken a slight deflection that took it away from TJ Bush, but talk about a moment for Marsh to just drive forward. That's now 2 goals for Chattanooga that can be credited in large part due to forwards just staying with it, and it certainly looks like it took a deflection off the foot of Dalton Knutson. Won't be credited as an own goal, it was a shot on target, but it may have been a assisting effort from the recent substituted center back for Tormenta. He scored twice when they last played in the 4-2 draw. He had the equalizer to make it 2-2. They were down a man at that point. It's even 11-11, and they hold a 3-2 lead. Avilés will let it roll back and pick it up. Fired forward. Did it hit a hand? It did. Hit the hand of Papa Mensah. Talk about a dramatic return. We had fireworks in the first half, 2-2. We had lightning in the second, but the fireworks returning with a bit of magic from Siobhan Marsh. Amo gets a foot to it, trying to keep it in play. Julian with Kraft. He last touched him. And toss it back into Murphy. Akale. Murphy Jr. in the box, trying to slide it past his opponent, but it's blocked. Kraft can keep it alive. He'll play it forward. Knutson heads it away. Sterling, was he fouled? Bit of a pause from the referee, but she decides in the end does give the foul. Murphy Jr., Fonseca, options in front of him. Goes to the left in Curry. Jackson Curry, touch takes him a little wide. He knocks off his opponent. They've got a corner kick.
Stand up and make some noise, Red Wolves fans. This Ford corner kick is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, official sponsor of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Now let's defend the 10, Red Wolves!
Akale into the box. Headed wide by Nebard. He'll be eager to try and make things up. Beaten to the ball twice by Marsh, as he has the goal that currently separates things. Just couldn't quite put his header on target there. Williams, Felipe. Poor touch there. Concedes possession sloppily. They want to avoid mistakes like that. Tossed in quickly. Keziah Sterling lobs it forward to Akale. Nodded away. Jackson Curry onto the left foot. Mukwele Akale in the area. Onto the right. Trying to pick out a teammate. Staying alive. Sterling just over. They're prowling. Tormenta, they're patient in the 18. Trying to move the ball around. Keziah Sterling trying to make it 3 straight matches with the brace. Akale, dangerous on the dribble, coming off the bench.
Let's take a moment to thank our generous
Murphy Jr. just leaving that one for Sterling. His shot just over the bar.
Transcard is a proud supporter of the Red Wolves. Transcard's logo is featured across the front of the home and away kits worn by the Chattanooga Red Wolves. The Chattanooga Red Wolves family section is brought to you by Sunny 92.3 FM.
Headed away. Fonseca controls it. Akale and Sterling in front of him. Finds Keziah Sterling. He's got Akale still with him. Picks him out. Akale trying to get his feet about him. Fighting for it. And it's going to be dealt with by Hernandez. Curry can get there. His opposite number, Marsh, takes it away from him. Marsh turns upfield. Mensah, 1-2. Siobhan Marsh, some space to drive into. Lomas with him. Marsh leaves it off for Papa Mensah. He moves out of the right foot. Trying to scoop one out wide. Picks out Kraft. He squares it across goal. Nebhard's header is high. Mensah trying to flick it down. It's Hernandez. The match staying wide open. Siobhan Marsh. Mensah. Back to Marsh. It's going to be easy for Bush to deal with. Holds a hand up. Didn't catch it too sweetly. Coca-Cola is the exclusive soft drink provider of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Hoping they can see this one out. Earn the 3 points at home. Akale turns upfield, a massive tug of the shirt. That will produce a yellow card. Aaron Lombardi very happy to take that on the scale of things. Mukwele Akale been a really dangerous force since coming on off the bench. Papa Mensah trying to roll the ball away. Not taken too kindly by Akale. You'll see again just a massive tug of the shirt, stopping his dribble forward. Lombardi knew what he was accepting. The Argentine has his name taken. Currently just 0.44 expected goals for Chattanooga. Expected to score less than half a goal, but they have scored 3. Amo to Akale, into the area now. Picks out Sterling, low shot blocked. Vital intervention. Knotted down, Heckenberg's on hand. These games between these sides always got some drama. Rematch of last year's title match. Both teams seeking to get back to where they believe they belong. Last touching Hernandez. Khoury can take the throw. Tossed it in. Fonseca in the box. Still with Fonseca. Picks out Akale. What a save. Aviles shuffles over quickly to his left and saves that. Fonseca kept his composure and picked out Akale. And they forced the absolute best out of Carlos Aviles. Marsh out to Lomas. Switches play, forces Hernandez back, but he'll get there. Foul committed by John Heckenberg, excuse me. Trying to chase down his opponent. Brought down Felipe Laborio Jr. Chattanooga not going to commit numbers forward on a set piece. They're just going to roll it out. Cardona can play into the feet of Felipe. Felipe going to drive into some space. Attacking the defense. Slides one to Hernandez. Into the area, headed away. Sits up. Controlled by Laborio Jr. Murphy Jr. takes it off of him. Gets it to Fonseca. Rolls it back. Picks out Sterling. He's got Akale making a run. Amo as well. It's a dangerous pass. Tackle was vital. Not fully dealt with. And Aviles can leap onto it and fall onto it. And he knows that this is vital for them to see this one out. Aviles actually used to play for Tormenta, made 2 appearances. Controlled down by Otieno. Nodded back to Bush, who goes along with it. But Aviles made 2 appearances when he played for the side in 2021. He was a key member of the Texas side that won back in 2019, the first year of USL League One. Had over 30 appearances in the 2019 title with North Texas. Played in behind. Mukwele Akale, one-on-one. Mukwele Akale to equalize, 3-all. All business from him. They know they want the 3 points. They respond to going behind. The sub coming on to massive effect. Mukwele Akale. This match continues to give. We'll see it again. Just keeps his composure. Saying just the former Tormenta man, Aviles, just easily put it away. What a pass in behind. The speed of Akale means he was always going to get there. Brilliant composure. Gave the keeper the eyes, and the low finish is good. There we are, 3-all. How do the 2 sides go from here? Hernandez tries one forward, but it's going to go to Knutson. Dangerous touch, and a tackle by Heckenberg is going to commit a foul in a very dangerous position. Rather, excuse me, there was offsides that negated that beforehand. That'll be the free kick given. Heckenberg to the feet of Sterling. He'll play it off. Fonseca, Heckenberg, trying one over the top again. Akale the target. This one just too strong. Believe Heckenberg was the man, indeed he was, who played the assist for Akale, trying to run it back to make it goal number 4. Both Khoury and Hernandez went for it. Neither got to it, neither touched it, so at last came off Chattanooga. Fonseca fires one. Mukwele Akale again having his speed tested. Sterling with him in the box. One-on-one. Akale onto the left. A curler! Oh, just wide. Murphy Jr. is frustrated that it didn't get played to him, but Akale nearly with a moment of brilliance to make it 2 in quick succession. They're still knotted up at 3. Let's see it again, just on the left quickly. Curls it. Aviles had to just hope he was beaten at that left corner. Fonseca to Sterling. Gets past his opponent. Keziah Sterling fighting for it. Just lost it. Had to be one too many players. Knutson can play it forward. Hernandez fires forward. Khoury, bit of heavy touch. Body armor is the official sports drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Red Wolves trying to figure out how they want to respond from here. Twice they've equalized. Once they've conceded an equalizer. Here we are, it's 3-all. Hernandez into the channel. Lomas. Marius Lomas back to Hernandez. Driving towards the byline. Tall cross, Bush gonna punch it away. Not fully dealt with. Amo gonna try and chase it down. He'll play a low one. It'll keep it in play, but gives it over to Lombardi. Puts a foot in. Cardona can carry it. They want to try one low, saved by Bush. Forces him down quickly, parries it away. Nicholas Cardona trying to make it 2 goals in the match as well.
This corner kick is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, official sponsor of the Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Low, venomous shot.
Red Wolves!
Here's Felipe. He's got 2 assists on the day, his first 2 for the loanee from Hartford Athletic. We'll have to wait, referee barking out instructions in the area. Whipped in to the back post, the header across frame, put on goal, is it in? No, it's just wide, agonizingly wide. Hernandez on hand, I believe he put it just wide after an acrobatic attempt. Take it quick, but we want to try and see that one again if we can. Murphy's going to go long. Trying to pick out Akale. It's knotted down. We'll show you when we can. But both of these teams playing at a breakneck pace. Here's Marsh. A clever pass, looking for Mensah. Nods it across. Lomas was the target. Otieno, vital work. Contested for the header and then sprinted over to make it awkward for Lomas trying to attack it. These contributions helped ensure that Marius Lomas could not reopen his USL League One account with a new side. Played for Greenville Triumph. Scored 14 goals in 26 appearances back in 2020, 2021. Played forward, Akale. Again, dangerous, slides it. Jackson Khoury, lot of space for him. Back towards Akale. Sterling's chasing it down. Him and Aviles both fighting for it, and the keeper doing well to get off his line to ensure that his side don't have to sustain any more pressure. We have a moment here. We can take a look at the incredible chance we had a moment ago for Chattanooga to be whipped in. And we had it across goal by Williams. Going for the acrobatics. Couldn't really tell who that was. And it goes just wide of goal. Again, a look at this one. Felipe whipping it in. Sat up nicely. Just couldn't get that one to go in. A slew of blue-shirted bodies in his way. Would have been difficult trying to put that one on frame. Jackson Khoury stretching himself to his absolute maximum, trying to make that one work. He's getting a bit of help from the trainer from Tormenta. We'll see if he has to come off for this one. They've made 4 subs, made all 4 of them. When we came back from that half-hour lightning delay stoppage. Ian Cameron getting this moment, though. It's a quasi-water break. We probably would have had one had there not been a break about 14 minutes into the half. Anyways, Keziah Sterling in the center of your frame. Wouldn't be a surprise if he has one last twist in the tail in his locker. You can see Jackson Khoury embracing Arthur Bourgeois, who was going to be coming on for him. He started last match. Bumped down to the bench, but it'll be the final substitution in today's matchup. He's got 10 minutes plus stoppage time for the forward to try and come on to big effect.
Entering the game, number 27, Arthur Bosworth, and exiting the game, number 11, Jackson Ford.
Brilliant touch by Heckenberg. Brings it out of the sky. Can carry it forward. Slides it to Sterling. Keziah Sterling had a call if you wanted him. Trying to hold off his opponents. He'll allow Murphy Jr. to carry it. Driving it into the box. Low one. Nodded away. Cleared away, I should say. Here's Hernandez. Going long. Papa Menta was on hand. Otieno had a vital headed intervention. Heckenberg fires to Murphy. Clipped over the top. Nodded away. The ball into the channel. It's Mensa running onto it. Kraft has it taken off of him. Big slided challenge. Sterling. Space to drive into. Playing a bit deeper. Keziah Sterling has a collie. Can he get it to him? His pass a bit under hit. Taken off of him. Marsh. Smash wide open. Fantastic spectacle. 6 goals between them. Evenly split. Will someone break that deadlock? Clipped over everybody. Weak appeals, but the referee going to give a goal kick.
Body Armor is the official sports drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Ladies and gentlemen, there has been a
See Alex Tahara preparing to come on. Siobhan Marsh is going to be the man to come off.
Number 11, Siobhan Marsh.
Coming on, Alex Tahara scored the lone goal in last year's USL League One title match between these two sides. It was the equalizer. It was called the lone goal for Chattanooga. I should say the vital difference there. Equalized second and first half stoppage time. Later winner by Jamil Roberts would send the title the way of South Georgia. A bit dangerous from Williams. Playing it back to Aviles. Bashaw was on hand trying to press. Lombardi looking for Rapapa Mensah. Otieno there to press and defend. A foul committed by Mensah, tugging back his opponent. Murphy Jr. under a lot of pressure. Was he fouled? He was. Lomas adjudged to have put a foot in there. Murphy Jr. has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. I want to avoid any extracurriculars. I can see him needlessly get sent off. Have his team have to fight from a man behind. He's back on the ball. Gets to Fonseca. Thought about a shot. Rolls it to Sterling. Clips it into the box. Fonseca. Vital save. It's going to get across the goal line. It will. Fonseca again opened the scoring today. Has the 4th for Tormenta. And in the 84th minute, they've taken the lead again. Will this be the one they can see out to the end? Let's see it again. A chaotic sequence in front of goal. Just nicks it past. Avila's got a vital hand to it. Thought could they clear it off the line. But the second finish from Fonseca stayed with it. A brilliant pass from Sterling to nick it into him. A vital save by Aviles. Williams trying to clear it. Aviles trying to dive for it. Fonseca nods it in. Second one today for the Brazilian. What a game we've been treated to here. Lightning delay, well worth it considering the 3 goals we've gotten since the delay. 4 goals between the sides in the first half, 3 in the second. A 7-goal thriller. to follow up on a 6-goal thriller back in South Georgia. The last meeting. Do they have one more equalizer in them? Do they have one more response? Felipe back. Tormenta have used all of their subs. Chattanooga, I believe 1 or 2 more still to throw at things if they want to. Hernandez into Laborio Jr. Gives it back to him. Pass just too hard. Goes out of play, and now Tormenta will be the side. Just a few moments ago, Chattanooga was willing to burn some time when they held a 3-2 lead. How quickly things can change. Ford, the official domestic car partner of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Header by Williams, dotted out of play. Again, Murphy booked, so he has to consider himself not capable of wasting too much time. Doesn't want to be welcomed to referee's book a second time. Make the task that much harder. Miguel Acale, clever bit of dribbling. Can play down to Fonseca. Otieno, a bit of a heavy touch. Bush will put his foot through it, knock it forward. Pass back to Aviles. Falls for Hernandez, dueling with Heckenberg. What does the referee say? Foul against. Looks to be against Hernandez.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. There's been a substitution by the Chattanooga Red Wolves in the 88th minute of the game. Entering the game, number 99, Mo Espinoza, and exiting the game, number 98, Riley Kraft.
About as high numbered a sub you could possibly make. Number 99, Mo Espinoza coming on for number 98, Riley Kraft. And if you have single-digit numbers, or 2-digit numbers, I should say, that is quite literally the highest pair of subs you can make in a soccer match. Fun facts here in this one. Mo Espinoza coming on. Boschwa fighting for it, but not able to get there. Aviles can play it forward. Cardona, he had an equalizer. Can he or a teammate for the Red Wolves find another? Clipped towards goal. TJ Bush can catch it and fall on it. 2 minutes until stoppage time. It's hard to overstate how important these 3 points would be for Tormenta. Greenville lost, meaning that if they win this one, they go 2 points off the playoff line. They have a game in hand, but it brings you closer in terms of points on the board. Acale is going to press Cardona, but he passes it well to Hernandez. Lombardi played it forward. Mensa underhit his pass a little bit. Otieno plays one to Sterling. Slide tackle, trying to win it back in transition. Where's Papa Mensa? Brought down his opponent. Referee gonna leave it at that. Sterling winning the foul. Josiah Sterling, one of the top players in this league, scored in today's matchup. He's now playing 3 consecutive full 90 minutes in a week. Played in behind, blocked away. Moved out wide to the right-hand side. Espinoza, his first touch is off the bench. Will try one to the box, headed away. Fonseca gets there first, can nod it down. And moved out wide to Acale. Miguel Acale. Thought about a pass, but he'll dribble instead. Amazing dribbler, Miguel Acale. Slides it out wide to the right, makes a run into the box. So they hold it up in the corner. Boschwa appears willing to do that. He wins his side of throw. We're a few seconds away from getting confirmation of stoppage time.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 6 minutes
You can
of
hear the
stoppage time
PA.
added to the end of the
6
second
minutes of stoppage time. Elijah Amo goes forward to take. Played forward. Fonseca. Brilliant turn. He fouled. The referee says he wasn't, so it's going to be a throw-in given. Fonseca has to get back to his feet quickly. Maybe feeling a bit of cramp. Appealing for a foul. But the current game winner has to keep things moving. Defensively, he's going to have to lock in now for the next 5+ minutes. Cardona. Hernandez. Sterling sprinting over to press. Whipped into the box. Bush goes to claim, punches it away. Takes out Lomas in the process. Man with 2 assists. Picking it up, whipping it in. Felipe headed towards goal, but it's over. Heels of both teams. Goal kick. Alex Tejera trying to make his case. Referee not hearing it. As Felipe whipped one in. May have taken a touch off Nembard, but it's so hard to save from this angle. Referee giving a goal kick. Bush goes long. Sterling flicks it down. Espinoza. Espinoza in behind into the box, intercepted vitally by Murphy. Fonseca can play Akale into some space. His speed will get him there. What will he choose to do here? Mukwele Akale, 2 players around him, kicks it off of Espinoza. It'll be a throw for his side. Even off the bench, Mukwele Akale, hands on his knees. They're going to be in no rush to take this one every second off the clock. Gets them 1 step closer to the biggest 3 points of their season so far. That mentality would surely prevail for every 3 points they can get from here on out. 1 back by Chattanooga. Aviles. Pass forward for Hernandez. He can drive it forward. Keziah Sterling sprinting over to try and press him. Pass poor there. Knutson could step up and win it back. Slide tackle. Hard but well won by Cardona. Lombardi low. Hooked away. Halfway through our stoppage time. Flipped forward. Nembard puts a foot through it. Espinoza can tap it down. Oh, Espinoza on the preferred left foot, whipped in towards the back post, headed away. It's a cross frame. TJ Bush can go catch it and vitally pick this one up. Bourgeois dueling for it. Did he foul his opponent? He did. They got offside as well, but it's going to be given to Chattanooga nonetheless. Do they have one last chance, one last opportunity? Mo Espinoza driving. Felipe. Hernandez is an option if he can get up and pick him out. He stays on his feet. Did he earn aside a corner? He did indeed. Felipe gets it set quickly. Minute and a half. Johnny Felipe whips it into the box. Headed across goal. Is it there? It is! 4-4. Again from the corner. Again, vital delivery from Johnny Felipe. Whips this one in, nodded across goal. And the back post is Ropapa Mensah. Just has to crane his leg high, try and catch. You see him break off at the back post. Has to just get his foot above the ball, and he pounds it into the ground and nods it home. Man. We're not done here, though. Elijah Amo wins a throw-in, 4-4. A split of the points currently. Neither team is going to be happy with that. They both led. They've both given up leads. Flipped it behind. Otieno puts a foot in and knocks it away. Lomas. Switch of play, headed away by Murphy Jr., and that does it. Take a deep breath. Players collapsing to the ground, absolute effort by both sides. And in the end, for the second time in a row, South Georgia Tormenta concedes a very, very late equalizer to go from 3 to 1 point. And both teams will feel that makes the playoff push that much harder. What a match that was. We can look at our man of the match now as we begin to assess this one, digest what we've seen so far. Several selections to make from our hosts here today. But our man of the match presented by Timber Craft Whiskey. We're going to give it to the main man who has contributed. We'll give him all 3 assists for that one right there, the corner kick, the one he plays in behind here for Marsh. Marsh has a lot to do here, but our man of the match is going to be the man on loan, Johnny Felipe, getting at least his first 2 assists. We'll see if he's credited for the assist on the goal by Ropapa Mensah, but he's there able to digest things after the fact. 4-4, 2 assists at the minimum, and all of them involving Felipe. We'll look at the other side of things, the save of the match, as things were trying to be kept out of the goal by Carlos Aviles. Had his job cut out for him. We'll see this one played across goal. Akale caught it sweetly, and Aviles positioned himself very well for the Chattanooga Hotel. Save of the match, saving Miguel Akale's effort on frame. 4 goals in this one for both teams. An absolutely incredible game in every facet. Gave you everything you would have wanted. A bit of a break in it with a lightning delay, but we were treated. We had the players on the field. We'll take one last break and try and show you all the highlights. It'll be a long highlight package because we had a lot of goals in this one. Don't go anywhere. Back in a moment on ESPN+.
The future is in these foothills. The world's fastest internet from EPB is in homes from Hickson to Highland Park. In classrooms from East Lake to East Brainerd. And in reach of those striving to learn more, be more, achieve more. The future is here with fiber optic speeds up to 25 gigs, only from EPB.
I need to try it first. I need to try it first.
Try and catch your breath after that one. 8-goal thriller between Chattanooga and South Georgia. Nothing to separate the two of them. 4-4. Let's dig into the full-time highlights. Get you out of here on a high note in our post-game recap presented by Smart Bank. Experience Smart Bank. Let's look at the full-time highlights. Chattanooga and South Georgia Tormenta, brought to you by CHI Memorial. Let's go here first half, early opportunity. It's going to be Jackson Coury cleverly playing it across for Pedro Fonseca, able to square it across goal, making it a 1-0 lead. And you think, what a good early start, 13th minute, they get the goal there. How would things go from there? Tormenta gets it behind, scores his first goal of the match, cleverly dinking it over TJ Bush, getting ahead of Deshaun Nembard. That makes things 1-1. A quick response there 5 minutes after it was scored. Then Keziah Sterling, 3 minutes later, he retakes the lead. They make it 2-1. South Georgia do. We're going to see again just a brilliant left-footed finish. He makes it a third straight match he scored in 5 goals in 3 games for him. Then Nicholas Cardona, he heads one home off a corner. Brilliant delivery. The first assist by Johnny Felipe, your man of the match. He played this one forward for Siobhan Marsh, beat Nembard to it, and for the first time today, they led. Chattanooga took a lead, maybe a slight deflection by Knutson, pounds the ground, but Siobhan Marsh scored for a 4th consecutive match in an absolutely electric goal-scoring form. Puts this one home again into that bottom left corner, wondering what is going to happen from here after the lightning delay. It's a 3-2 lead now. Brilliant pass by Christian Heckenberg. Picks up Mukwele Akale. His low finish finds the back of the net. They make it 3-3. You're saying this is a 6-goal match. We're being treated. How much more can we really get? They said, we got a little bit more in the tank for you. Pedro Fonseca's balling behind. He's able to knock it home after Sterling passes it to him. His first shot saved. His second one, a no-doubter from the goal line, makes things 4-3. Then at the death, the late equalizer. In the 95th minute, Tormenta with his brace knocks that one home, makes it 4-4. Full-time stats presented by SmartBank, 4-4. I mean, what other stats do you need at that point? Possession going Chattanooga's way a little bit, shots slightly edging the way of South Georgia Tormenta. Both of these teams giving you an absolute spectacle in finishing, both of them adding to their season goal tallies. They'll split the points here today. We would love to get the perspectives of both head coaches and see how they feel about that point. With 2 points lost, a point gained. In the end, though, both teams will leave CHI Memorial Stadium with 1 point. Well, that was a fun one. We had a delay in it with the lightning, but the fireworks were brought all throughout the game. An absolute pleasure to bring that one to you. These teams will look forward now to home matches next week. Next Friday, South Georgia taking on 1 Knoxville in a match in the push for the playoffs, while Chattanooga will take on Forward Madison at home next Saturday. For our entire production crew, I've been Jack Edwards. So happy to bring this one to you on ESPN+. The final score, Chattanooga 4, South Georgia 4. We'll get out of here on this one, a fascinating one.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.